All right, guys, welcome back. So we are already halfway through shift at the slower station. If you watched last week's episode, I am at the slower station now, which makes it a little different, right? We're not going into the back-to-back calls where it's a lot harder to get these talking segments in and things like that. It's, there's a lot more downtime. So it's kind of more or less going to be like between the calls style of stuff today. We're at 1 o'clock now, so we're already well into the shift. And the game plan for today is knock out the rest of my client programming, which I've already started getting into. I had some strength blocks to write up and some hypertrophy blocks to write up for some clients that were phasing out of their current blocks. I do 4-week blocks is kind of how I break things up, and just touch points and making sure everything was good on the client front. And then this evening before dinner is the goal. I'm going to get in 3-mile run after I do a strength session. So it's going to be a runoff of a strength session that I'm going to do. Hit some bench and, see what I can get in. Nice 30, 45-minute session there with a 3-mile runoff. And then we'll call it a day with the training. This week, I've already hit a tempo, an easy run. The heat has been absolutely brutal in South Florida, so those runs have been a lot. Just getting that heat accumulation, just building up that resistance and that tolerance again to be able to push in the heat, because by the time I hit 2 miles, my heart rate's already through the roof. So it does make it a lot more difficult when you are running in heat, South Florida heat in particular, with the high humidity and everything else. So that's where we're at for the week, finishing out the week on Sunday with a nice 8-miler. And then jumping back into week 3 of my Chicago Marathon prep. So if you guys are new here, my name is Paul Colson. I'm a firefighter, personal trainer, rescue diver, online fitness coach. I've been a coach for 8 years, started in person and just phased over to online because I can help more of you guys. And it honestly has proven to me to be the better experience from the client perspective. You're getting way more training and programming on a daily basis than just seeing an in-person trainer once or twice a week and then just hoping the rest of the week is just as good. So, and kind of going about it with no structure and plan. So this way you have a structure and you have a plan for the entire week, as well as nutrition and everything else. So again, may not be the most exciting episodes while we're here at the West Stations, but it is very much so the life of a firefighter. There is downtime, and this is what, is able to happen during these downtimes. I have the ability to do other things, and, so long as the job gets done when it needs to, I have the ability to, coach, program, and do all those things on top of it. So it's a blessing for sure. And if you're interested in being a firefighter, I definitely think you should pursue it. If you have any questions, feel free to always reach out as always. But I'm going to get into the rest of this programming. We're going to hit that workout, strength session, and run later this evening, and we'll see where the day takes us. So I'll see you guys in a bit. What's going on, guys? So it's been a little bit again since I checked in. We did run a few calls after, obviously, I mentioned it to you guys. Nothing crazy or out of the ordinary. Couple BLS, couple cancels, and then I went and ate dinner. And now it's currently 8:15, and we're gonna get this stuff knocked out. So goal for tonight is a giant set. So we're gonna do bench press, 4x6, Bulgarian split squats. We're gonna do 4x8 each leg, kettlebell swings, 4x10, and then pull-ups, 4 till failure, followed by a 3-mile easy runoff. Hoping to be able to bang out the giant set and the run, within an hour or hour 15 and see how that goes before it gets too late. But it's a good, solid, full body session with that. I had someone recently comment and ask me how I structure my training. And in the current marathon prep that I am doing for Chicago, I do 2 to 3 full body sessions a week. In this case, this one's structured as a press, a squat, a hinging pattern, and then a pull. So I have 2 to 3 full body sessions a week, 2 at minimum, and then 3 if I can squeeze it in, high rock style if I can. And then I mix in 3 to 4 runs, tempo, easy, long, and then a potential another easy run is the 4th. I've tried to bump up my mileage an additional little bit because I am training for the marathon. So that's where that 4th day is coming in. So right now it kind of looks like easy run, a full body resistance into a tempo interval, full body resistance, easy, full body resistance, long run. So kind of the breakdown, and that's very similar to how I structure for all my online clients. So if that is something you need help with or are interested in, hit my website, www.paulcolsoncoaching.com, or check me out on Instagram and just shoot me a DM on there so we can schedule a call and get a game plan going and get you rolling for whatever it is you're training for, whether it's just life or, you know, a lot of my guys are new fathers, firefighters, former athletes. It doesn't matter, you know, we'll help you get you right, train for performance, and get that edge back. So we're gonna knock this out before I keep talking any further and it gets later. So let's go. All right, so 30 minutes into the workout, about 33 minutes exactly, finish that out. And for some reason, it always just feels like workouts at the station are more difficult. But yeah, needless to say, we got it done. It probably has something to do with the fact that it's so late. But now, for whatever time that I have left, we're gonna throw on the New Balance 1080s and jump on the new Nordic track that they have at the station. And we're gonna try to knock out 3 miles. If we get to 3, great. If not, I got more in today than, you know, I should have been able to get in. Luckily, we have the ability to work out on shift, so it worked out that way. But I have New Balances, and then I also filled up my Transparent Lab shaker with some hydrate. So I'm gonna drink this a little bit now, and then as I'm running, to just make sure I'm supplying, because I haven't had a whole lot of water today. So just make sure I don't cramp up in the process of knocking this thing out. And for those that need supplements or clean supplements at that, Transparent Labs, if you use code Colson at checkout, you'll get 10% off of everything that you go for. Hydrate. If you don't have it, you live in a hot area like Florida, necessity. Even if you don't, you in cold weathers will still expend a lot of sweat. So good stuff to get. Cyclic dextrin, you'll see me taking a lot of videos as well. So enough talking, let's finish up. All right, well, that's a wrap. Average pace around, I mean, my watch says 9:41, and up there it says 9:50. So I was fluttering between the two. Finished out, I think an 8:40, 8:35, 8:40 pace to finish out the run.
But good, just taking it light. Obviously, it's late night. Haven't really fueled and hydrated as well as I probably could have today. And I worked out and then went right into it, which I don't normally do. I like to spread it out, morning and then evening, so your body has plenty of time to recover and, get the fuel it needs between the sessions so you can maximize them. But we made do with the time we had today. So got the 3 miles in, 3.1, so I ran a 5K. Knocked it out. I must say, these shoes do feel very comfortable, but compared to the Saucony Speeds, definitely feel a weight difference there. But regardless, I didn't drink these like I said I was going to, so we're going to do that. We're going to stretch, shower, and then kick it for the rest of the night. See if we get any calls the rest of the night. See you guys bright and early in the morning to take this thing home. We're both going to be on the couch. So I forgot to close things out yesterday at the station. Meant to wake up and do all that stuff, but the camera did not turn on. So when we got home yesterday, we're lazy for most of the day. We did take Callie to this new park with a splash pad and all that good stuff. After that, me and Megan went to go see John Wick Ballerina, which I thought was good.
Very good. I loved it.
Action.
I want to go shooting now.
Yeah, I need to get my concealed. It was a good movie overall. A little bit more John would have been good, but, I see what they're trying to do.
John's had too much screen time at this point.
It's good. What's her face is attractive, so. Anyways, so today is now Father's Day. I did my 7-mile long run, so I'm slowly building up the mileage again. As we kind of push forward in this marathon prep going into week 3, so 7 miles. It was supposed to be 8, but with my back and kind of being a little delayed on the start of it, I'm just slow rolling it a little bit more. And it's just brutally hot outside. 90 degrees with 75% humidity. By the time mile 3 goes, my heart rate's already at 180 and it's just brutal. I had to bring, what do you have in your mouth? Do you have something in your mouth or is that your tongue? That's just your tongue. Tease. Whole family affair to close this thing out. But overall, the run was decent. I held up for the first, 3 miles, and then the pace kind of slowed up here and there, taking short breaks. Yeah, did bring water and a Go Gel with me. Took the Go Gel about 45 minutes in, and then water. I had 500 milligrams of electrolytes in that I had throughout for the first 3 miles. Stopped, refilled with water for the back half of it. So that'll obviously push and get longer, but still getting used to the heat, still getting used to the miles on my feet. Did a total of 20 miles this week. So I'm feeling it, and now we're just gonna enjoy the rest of the day. We took her back to that splash pad to play, and now it's my turn. Just be lazy and kick it for the rest of the day, see what I can spend all our money on for the Forerunner. So with that being said, if you guys enjoyed this shorter episode, please like, subscribe, comment, all those things. If you want to see stuff in the following videos, make sure to drop them below. And if you want coaching, check out my website, paulcolsoncoaching.com, or shoot me a DM on my Instagram at paulcolsoncoaching. Or questions, coaching needs, whatever you guys want. I love to respond. So that's it. We're getting out of here. We're probably going to go to Target and spend more money. So I will see you guys next week. What is up, guys? So just finished out my tempo run for today, and I'm officially in week 2 of the Chicago Marathon preps. So for those of you that missed my first video, I am running the Bank of America Chicago Marathon. I was given the opportunity and privilege to do so through the ALS Greater United Foundation. So I will be running for Team ALS in Chicago, and with that we'll be raising $2,100 for the charity itself. So my goal is to raise $2,100 prior to October, prior to race day. I'm already at 500 of that, so we're making good progress. If you are unaware of what ALS is, it is a neurodegenerative disease. So essentially breaks down the nerves and nervous system to, affect the body to the point of not being able to walk, talk, or eventually even breathe. And it is one that there is no cure for. So there's families, tons and tons of individuals, thousands of individuals around the world that are suffering from this. It feels great to be able to support not only the research, but the families that are suffering from this. So if you feel called to donate, you can find the link down below. You can find the link in my story, and you can find the link in my description. That'll also take you to a landing page where you can find out more about ALS, the Greater United Chicago. I hope you follow along through this journey. It's gonna be a long and grueling one, but I'm excited for it and I'm blessed to have the opportunity. So thank you in advance for the donations, and see you soon.